A lot to uncover in this video, but let's start off first with Nikola Jokić, okay? Now, if y'all don't know, when I was making this video, I was thinking to myself, I want a positive video, right? And who's been the most positive NBA player this season? Nikola Jokić, okay? Who's been having a great NBA season so far? Nikola Jokić. And surprisingly, he's not even leading the league in scoring. He's not leading the league in defense. He's not having, the biggest, craziest animated game that is having people coming to watch. No, he's literally just being himself and wheeling the Denver Nuggets into wins, okay? And how is he doing this? Well, first and foremost, he's averaging almost 30 points. I think he's at 29.6. Some sources say 29.9, 29.8. I went with 29.8. He also averages 12 rebounds, 11 assists. His blocks and steals, we're not going to talk about that. Nobody expects Jokic to ever play defense, although his steals are pretty good. 1.4 is not bad. His turnovers is 3.6, but that's expected from a player with a very high usage rate, especially from Nikola Jokic, and how much the Denver Nuggets depend on him. And every team that goes to play them knows that he is the head of the snake. It's inevitable. 3.6, in my opinion, that's pretty good. Now, why do I speak about him, and why do I want to speak about Nikola Jokic? And especially because his shooting splits, obviously 60% from the field, things like a 40 something percent from three, with 2.2 threes made per game. Also, free throw line 85%. I think that should be brought up to an 88. But other than that, he's having pretty much another MVP season. A lot of people will crown him MVP, and I wouldn't be against that, okay? But I do have some questions. Luka Doncic is averaging 34 points, okay? And I believe Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 32. And his team is literally the best team in the league. Record-wise, even talent, chemistry, continuity, the Thunder are the best team, okay? But why aren't people saying that those two guys should win MVP? Now, the Luka thing, okay, I get it. He's playing with LeBron and Austin Reeves, and Jokic's team is still better than his. Okay, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he won it last year. Maybe there's some voter fatigue, and then also the storyline just fits better with Jokic. Okay, but that's for you guys to let me know down in the comments below. That's just my opinion on that. But if you guys don't know, he's been injured. Jokic has been injured. They're saying he has some type of an extended knee or whatever. However, his knee is together. There's nothing wrong. He didn't tear anything. He didn't break anything. Everything seems to be fine. They just extended, which possibly just means that he just overstretched it when he was running or something like that. And he will be sidelined for 4 weeks. Now, how much does this affect the Denver Nuggets? Well, when you put everything on one player, and the whole offense relies on this one player, the whole team relies on this one player, you can't even function for a couple of minutes without this guy. He can't even sit. The man is playing 35 minutes. He can't sit for too long, because if he does, they start losing. So now that he's out for 4 weeks, and knowing that the Denver Nuggets are already missing 4 out of their 5 starters, they're done. How much does this affect the Denver Nuggets? I believe right now they're sitting at 2nd seed. Okay, I think they might drop to 5. The Nuggets might drop to 5. Now, for his MVP season and his MVP race and all that, man, it might take a hit. Because by the time he gets reevaluated, it's going to be like February. Almost February. So by All-Star break. So if he doesn't come back by then and go absolutely crazy and just drop off like 40-point triple-doubles in the last 24 games after the All-Star break, they're not going to vote for him. They're going to give it to someone else. There's a lot of other people that are in the race. Jalen Brunson, I think, is 4th. But they might give it to someone else. Because as we know, people do have a thing where they just forget what just happened. They forget that this man has been going crazy, averaging a triple-double knowing that he's not athletic. Every team knows that he is the main guy. They're coming to guard him, double teams, boxing ones, all types of things. And he's still doing what he does. So it's like, in my opinion, he's cooked. The MVP race, he might be out of it. Now, Denver Nuggets might be able to survive 5-6 seed, maybe, but at the same time, that's shaky too. I'm not sure. Now, while the Denver Nuggets go through their struggles and Nikola Jokić goes through his own struggles, I want to basically, before we jump into our topic, I want to point out how humble this man is. Okay? This was supposed to be a positive video, and it turned to be negative because of, his injury or whatever. But the fact that this man is so positive, I mean, everybody tries to make it seem like he doesn't care about the game of basketball, but it's not that. The man he views things from a different point of view, okay? As much as he cares for the game, he understands that the game is, I don't want to say a job, but as much as he's playing, it is a job. And sometimes he's giving these reporters very honest answers. Like, I remember there's one time where they asked him, do you think being a father helped you with becoming an NBA player?
How have you grown and what have you learned from being a dad? Have you noticed any of those skills translating to being a better basketball player?
Nah.
Now, if it was LeBron, he would be like, yeah, da-da-da, it would have been better. It made me more disciplined, more this, more that. Stupid shit. That don't even make sense. But Jokic, he should have just told him no. That shit not change nothing. It don't help nothing. Not at all. I think that's one great thing about him. Honestly, he's going to give you the answer very direct. He's not going to sugarcoat things for the media. Certain things don't need to be over-exaggerated and dragged on like how some people, LeBron James, be doing. And it sounds stupid. It sounds silly. But for him, it's straight to the point. Now, in other news, the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard dropped 55 points. Now, why am I talking about this? I'm just happy the man dropped 55. Honestly. I feel like that's news. Only because it's Kawhi. 55 points. And the Clippers are 13th seed. The same team that everybody's like going to win the NBA championship this year. They have everything it takes. They're this, that, and the third. They kicked out Chris Paul. They got him off the team. They said that he's disruptive. He was arguing with Ty Lue. Da-da-da. Well, the whole team is in 13th seed. 13th. That's bottom 5 in the West. That's with Kawhi. That's with James Harden. That's with everybody on the team. Mind you, I do understand injuries. Okay? Zubac went down. John Collins went down. I understand that. Kawhi Leonard missed like 10 games. That's cool. I understand that. But at the same time, 13th seed? Like, you're not even in the play-in? I get you only 2 games out, but 13th seed? Are you dead ass? Not even the play-in? Kawhi played 21 games this year. And y'all not even in the play-in? Yo! And then y'all gonna send Chris Paul home? Like he was wrong? Come on, bro. That is pure disrespect. Honestly, that's nothing but disrespect. This is his last year. Y'all not even doing good. And y'all sent him home like y'all about to be nice without him. Y'all the 13th seed right now. This shit is crazy, bro. I swear, bro. Like, somebody needs to take this whole Clippers team. Just trade everybody, bro. 1 through 15. The coach, the coaching staff. Force the owner to sell the team. Enough of investing into 3 companies and, all this under the table money thing going on. Just force the Clippers into the NBA hands. Sell it to someone else. I don't even care. Sell that shit for $100 million. Like, undervalue this shit out of that team. They haven't won nothing. They haven't went to the NBA Finals. They haven't won a championship. Have they ever even hosted an All-Star game? Yeah, bro, get this team out of here, bro. Like, who cares about them? Like, at least the Brooklyn Nets, and it sucks that I even gotta call them Brooklyn Nets. They're really the New Jersey Nets. They're kind of the same thing, but at least they made a very good push 2 times. But the Clippers completely ass. Get them out of here. Nobody trying to deal with that. Nobody trying to have them there. They're not gonna make it nowhere. This shit is embarrassing. Fire Ty Lue. Get him out of there. This shit is done. Ship sailed. It's not happening. Paul George, you're a fucking genius because you figured this out before anybody did on that team. We've been saying this in the media. We've been saying this as fans. That shit was not going to work out. After we saw the first year, we knew that shit wasn't going to work out, bro. Get that shit out of here, bro. We not trying to deal with that. Kawhi, take your ass back to Toronto. Okay, go live your life somewhere else. All that extra bullshit y'all on, get that out of here, bro. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This Real Talk with E. Safe.